Dark side of crypto. It sounds almost like a movie, except the difference is this is real. It's predicted that by the year 2025, that crypto crime, cybercrime, will actually be bigger than all the drug traffic on planet Earth. That's how big this area is. You even have countries that actively have part of their military engaged in hacking people's personal accounts, hacking banks, attacking other types of infrastructure that's all on the web. So this whole aspect of cryptocurrency is huge because of the fact often if they hack into something, they're looking for a way to get money out of somebody else. And cryptocurrency, there's no specific identity involved. Now, there's measures now being introduced about that, as well as regulations in many countries. So you're seeing different aspects of this. But here's a couple factors which draw the dark side. Okay, digital, there's no physical coins, bills, or notes, no secret dropping off a suitcase by the park bench. Those don't happen. Everything's on computers. Independent, there's no central bank, no server, because it's all by consensus. It looks on validation across the whole worldwide network of computers. It's peer-to-peer. It's between the sender and the receiver. It's almost impossible to include a government agency. There's no third party either. There's no giant computer. Venmo, Zelle, other types of digital transfers, they have a third party computer involved that can intervene in the process. Peer-to-peer means nobody's involved. It's quick. You can actually hold somebody hostage and 10 minutes later, steal their money and be off to the Bahamas or whatever place that you're in. Nearly anonymous. You don't have to disclose personal information. Anybody can own and use cryptocurrency, and then also you have mining out there taking place, and some good, decent people are out there. They're working hard on mining, and they get a reward of cryptocurrency for working hard. So you have that aspect of it, and they get cryptocurrency. There's a lack of market regulations. As a matter of fact, governments often are so skeptical about the fact that crypto's not going to survive. You know what? It's still here, and it's going to be around for years to come. So we need to sit down and focus on how to go about doing this. I generally, philosophically, do not like government regulation, but there are areas we need to have some regulation in this area, especially to start making certain that people who've taken their time and investment on a legitimate transaction are not defrauded by some con artist out there or some flat out thief or a hacker who thinks it's a lot of fun stealing people's hard-earned money. Cryptocurrencies, they're hard to trace because of lack of restrictions. They appeal to criminals because they can move around anonymously and not have to wear their little dark outfits and hide in alleys and hold people up with a gun. They just got to sit down and hold their computer up, and boom, all of a sudden they can attack them that way. A big complaint about cryptocurrencies is that it's a solution in search of a problem. Why do we even have that? Why isn't fiat currency handling it? Well, a lot of people, they have a sociological basis for it because of the fact that cryptocurrency is a way of getting around all the different people, that 28 to 34% of the entire world economy that's devoted to sticking their nose into financial transactions, from attorneys to CPAs to banks, and getting a skim off the top of your money. There's legitimacy on that. And so we'll see what happens with that. That's the other aspect, but you still have to deal with all the dark stuff over here. Recently, on Real Time with Bill Maher, not somebody I generally recommend, but he occasionally has some good things on his show. Cryptocurrency, as I see it, is one of the single enabling factors that allows cybercriminals to deploy a massive amount of ransomware, says the former director of the U.S. Department of Homeland Security Infrastructure. It's the ability to get paid anonymously. That is the big value of it for criminals and this whole dark side of cryptocurrency. Anonymity makes crypto attractive to terrorists. Now, this is coming in the International Center for Missing and Exploited Children. I don't know about you, this whole mission of this organization is about making certain children are not damaged by some of the scum of the earth that we have out there that really preys upon people that are vulnerable. Here's a quote: because these markets almost always exclusively accept cryptocurrencies for payment rather than traditional payment methods, the last several years have seen a dramatic increase in the use of cryptocurrencies to purchase CSEM by the time you're all done. Pay attention to this child sexual abuse material. It's out there and people use cryptocurrency. This is the dark side, and it's an ugly side to all cryptocurrency. I don't advocate market regulation, but by golly, in some of these areas, we have to really pay attention. There's a link between terrorism and cryptocurrencies. The US Justice Department, they're dismantling terrorist finance campaigns, including donations from around the world to sit down there and help fund people that want to murder other people because they disagree with them or just for entertainment purposes. So we have that. Recently, you have this aspect in the United Nations Counterterrorism Center, the risk of financing terrorism through digital currencies. It was a workshop between Cairo, Egypt, of the World Coordinated Program and so on. So you really have digital currencies playing a role on a lot of different aspects of it. Two popular ways of cyber criminals get cryptocurrency. They extort the victim for their data and mining cryptocurrency on the victim's computer. Just so you know, I personally was attacked in this aspect over here. I have a relatively popular book called Backboneology, Tough Decisions at Work. So I had somebody attack my website for ransomware. Fortunately, I don't have any of the data looking for, but the first method is ransomware. Here's an exact thing downloaded off of my website from this person, and I'm certain that probably isn't their name, but feel free to sit down there and look at this on your own aspect. It extracted information from my databases. Well, I don't have a database on the website, so it didn't actually have that over there. They can attack a couple other places that have databases now, but they're all secure. How did this happen? Our team found a vulnerability within your site and we're able to exploit. I mean, they're honestly saying out there, at least in this area, they're honest, they exploited my website. They did this, they found a vulnerability. This really didn't happen, except I did get this message. I don't have data on the website, but I want to forward to you, this is real, and this happens on a regular basis. They demanded that I actually provide them the fee of $3,000 in Bitcoins. They even put the number there. And if I didn't do it, they'd sit down there and leak and destroy my reputation and everything, blaming me for not keeping the system and so on, everything else. They want the money. They gave me a nice address. Wasn't that nice of them, providing all that information? So how to get Bitcoins? They even told me how to go about getting Bitcoin. So feel free to look at this. This could happen to you as well. This whole thing of the dark web, there is real-time slime operating on a regular basis. So here's the information I had as recently as you see over here in the date. The second method is called cryptojacking. It happens when a cybercriminal infects somebody's computer with a software that mines on the attacker's behalf. So the cyber criminals are out there. We all need to be cautious because they're coming after your money and your reputation, your personality. They want to destroy you, and you're just a byproduct, whatever they have residue in their minds, whether it's a government agency doing it or whether it's an individual out there. We really have this level of criminal that has all this aspect of it. So how do you avoid the attacks? Keep your operating system software applications up to date. Put your antivirus software out there. Avoid downloading software from suspicious sites. Don't click on anything. If somebody sends you an email, click on nothing, because you may also be subject to an attack by a cyber criminal. And often they have a tie into cryptocurrency because of its anonymity and the fact the speed of the transaction. The dark side is real and a serious problem. Countries are involved in stealing things through crypto. Strong regulations are being introduced now. You also have a big, strong pushback by some of our government agencies that are being introduced out there because they're tracking wallet numbers. Even if they're successful in the transfer, they take the wallet number and they broadcast it out to all the major different exchanges of cryptocurrency out there, and they agree with law enforcement that they're stopping trades from that particular address out there. So you're seeing an upscale of good, solid detective work in trying to stop this aspect. But in the meantime, it's still real. This dark side of crypto is real. Pay attention to it, because who knows where it can lead, and hopefully it doesn't damage you or your personal finances. Take care.